Hello everyone. These examples from my own work show ways of photographing in an abstract way. So there are ways that you can come across something in your environment that looks quite geometric. So the first 9 slides cover geometrical abstraction. Geometrical includes things like circles, angles, and lots of straight lines. Often it's about how you compose the picture, what you put in your picture. So you'll see that often that involves zooming in very closely. Otherwise, you can use tools to create interesting geometric scenes. After the first 9 slides, we look at expressionist examples of abstraction. So these are where there's lots of high energy and activity in all different environments. Lots of swooping lines that show a lot of dynamic forces at work. You'll see there's quite a few ones involving sky and those involving light, because natural forces are of course the most expressive and dynamic. After we've looked at the expressive dynamic abstraction comes lyrical abstraction. This shifts the energy to a looser, dreamier look, more imaginative maybe, more mysterious. Again, light and the sky are big players, as well as water. So you'll see how these ingredients can be used to create something that is very different from everyday reality. So look through these slides so that you get a very clear idea of the 3 categories, because we're launching next into abstract sky. From these examples, you'll see that the sky is a very lyrical environment. It's very soft, dreamlike, like a painting, most of the time anyway. So when you see sunrises and sunsets and the effects they have on the clouds, most of these examples reflect that sort of environment. In other cases, you'll see slides that look much more energetic, much more dynamic, like there's a whole lot of action going on, and it's like a more emotional expression of things. So the examples that look more emotional and energetic to you would be expressionist. But as I say, most of these examples are very soft and dreamlike. You can choose which to emphasize, and that might depend on the sort of sky you get in your neighborhood. The main thing is to capture something that looks like a beautiful painting. And now some technical tips. So make sure your camera is set to the landscape setting and a large file size, because you need to really zoom in on detail that looks like an interesting, expressive or dreamy abstract painting. You'll often find those 2 qualities combined in a scene that you observe. So that's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly be one or the other. A combination is fine, because there is a real crossover between what looks soft and dreamy and what looks highly expressive. You'll see that from these examples. Later you'll want to edit. You'll want to crop out, that means cut out, anything that you don't want in the picture. This could be land, buildings, things that change it from an abstract into an everyday scene. You want to remove those things. This one here has been rotated and it's been made into a black and white. This one has fabric in front of it, which distorts the light coming through. Here's another black and white that's quite expressive. So think about cropping, rotating, lightening, darkening, saturating or reducing colour, sharpening if you think it needs sharpening, or keeping it blurry. These are all options you can look at. And finally, you can pause on this slide to get a clear idea of all of the themes that will be covered in the video lessons, as well as the submission requirements to complete the whole project.